Not the easiest thing to be having on a turntable. For fans of small playsets, today we're going to be having a look at the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Harbour Rescue playset. Now, at the beginning of this review, of course, we're going to start with it all closed up. Shop's all closed. Let's get some dimensions going for how big the carrying case is, which will eventually open up. It's exactly 12 inches long, and counting the handle, it's exactly 8 inches high. The case itself is rather interesting because it actually gives it a look almost as if it's wood. You got Matchbox written across the bottom here, about midway, I suppose, down, and painted here in white. Again, like the look of it looks as if it's actually made out of wood. I'm not really sure the reasoning why, and it actually not looking like it's more like metal, but instead they went the route of going like a wood grain. On the other side, we've got the Jurassic World logo, which is elevated and as well has the Jurassic World font painted in white. The handle is located on the top, and taking whatever opinions you may take from a slightly older gentleman, let me tell you, it is a relatively comfortable handle, although it's a little on the small side, and of course be much more suited for kids, which is exactly what it's for. The Matchbox logo is also featured on the top of the handle portion there, and like I said, it's a nice small compact thing, which is really something that I used to love having when I was a kid, although the play sets that I used to own were a lot bigger in size. They've gotten a lot more compact over the years that they've been coming out with them. Now, obviously, you guys want to see how these open up, so it's a couple of latches. There's a longer latch on both ends, one there and one there, and then there's one right in the middle. Pop that open, and then you can completely open up the playset. The playset, let me just actually flip it around here. The playset, when you are laying it out, I find it's easier to lay it out with the Matchbox logo side rather than the Jurassic Park side. And you'll see it for reasoning why in a second here. When you open it up, you'll take the tabs here, these little, same things that we opened, and those will help support the stand. So you can have it standing completely upright like this. Let's just adjust the camera down below here. And then a little bit of assembly is required. So we're going to go ahead and swing out this little, it's almost like a bridge, I suppose. And you're going to bring this out, and that's going to now have a support to it. The other thing you will need to do is bring the slide out. And let me just show you how the slide works. It's actually more of a ramp, but you are sliding it out. It actually sits on these little grooves here. You may want to even just move the crane out of the way, but take the ramp here, and it's on these little grooves on either side. Slide it down, and then when it gets to the end, it's just going to drop. And now you have a section where at least the cars can come up and get onto the top area. And the last thing you want to do is we're going to take the crane, bring it up, and there's a little slot right there and a tab right here. Bring up the crane until it snaps into place, and then you can go ahead and adjust the crane down like that, and then you can bring the claw down. And this will still allow you to rotate the crane back and forth, even though you have clipped it and tabbed it into place here. The playset will come with one vehicle, a mobile research unit, which seems very heavily armored. It does feel like it is plastic all the way around, but it is very well painted or printed, I suppose. I don't know if it would actually be paint as it would be printed on. You got the Jurassic logo, Jurassic World logo on the back section here, MRU-3 right by one of the doors, and mobile research unit on the top. Looks like there's also a couple of sun roofs and a spare tire on the back. Same thing on the other side, and plastic tires. It rolls relatively well. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anything on the underside that would prevent it or scratch it from moving around. Nice overall looking vehicle. The other thing it comes included with is one of my favorite dinosaurs, as you probably already know by now, a Triceratops. If the Triceratops does look somewhat familiar to you, it's because we've already gotten one. I'm going to reach off the camera here, and grab this one here. Now this one, it actually, you know what, now that I'm looking at it, it is slightly different. It's almost as if they've inverted the mold. You can see it's slightly different. This, by the way, was the Jurassic World, the Action Dino set. Now this one also had the notable thing of having articulation in some of the areas, like the head, for example, on the Triceratops did have articulation. And I guess if you factor that in, because this obviously is not articulated, maybe it is the same mold, it's just been painted slightly different. But you can really make use of all of those dinosaurs. So all the ones that we were looking at before, as I just so happen to have a few here on the side, like the T-Rex and the Stegosaurus, we can put those all on here. Some of them may bounce a little bit easier than others. Down below here, there's also a little pen, which you can open up, and you can put, you know, some of the smaller dinosaurs in there at least. So let's get a few close-ups here of actually the playset itself. Down here, you've got a water area, and it looks like one of those swimming dinosaurs. Actually, inside, it's been sculpted into the water itself. Here, you've got a bridge. So say, for example, if you have your vehicle, oh, hey, where'd that come from? You can have the vehicle pulling up this way. Doesn't give you much clearance. I would be very worrisome driving this in real life, as I would not definitely want to fall and have the giant dinosaur eat me inside the water here. Here, like I said, we've got the little play pen, the little pen area. I guess it's not so much a play pen, but a little pen area that has an open and closed fence front. Move the dinosaur out of the way, and looks like there's a little bit of a feeding area which you can put some food in there for the dinosaurs. You've also got on the back some labels that say warning, restricted area, extremely dangerous, do not open enclosure. Done. That's all I needed to know. And danger, a dinosaur holding pen, keep out. So like, for example, if we had, let's have a couple of raptors here. We'll put blue, see if we can actually fit 2 raptors in here. There we go. And we'll close up the pen. Now, far be it for me to be looking at a sign like that. It says, dinosaur holding pen, keep out. There's no way I'm going to go up to it and then immediately just say, hey, I'm going to open up the pen and let the dinosaurs get out and wreak havoc. The top area here, you've got the 2 dinosaurs. I just so happen to have my 2 Triceratops. And then there's a couple of dock doors here. There's dock 1, 2, and 3. Each one, I guess, would have a holding area, and all 3 of those are just sticker applied. Of course, here we've also already looked at the crane, but we'll look at it again. There's a little bit, again, this can hinge up and down. This doesn't rotate, however, you can spin it back and forth. And you could technically, if you want to take one of the dinosaurs, clamp it around a dinosaur, and you can carry the dinosaur around. This may work better for the ones that eat plants, and not necessarily ones that would eat humans, because I'm pretty sure this would annoy it. And while that's all happening, I've got my T-Rex here on the side bridge. The side bridge, again, is kind of looking as if it's got a wood grain to it. Again, not the most heavily constructed, well constructed. Everything seems to be made out of wood. Probably would be going maybe the route of metal instead. While the Triceratops continues to dangle, I'm just going to move him out of the way. And I'll move this Triceratops also out of the way. We'll bring up the vehicle, one of the other cool gimmicks that this one has, and I guess the big draw of this particular playset is this button right here. What does that button do, you may ask? Well, you could either put the vehicle on top and it would get knocked flying, or at the very least, if you had the vehicle staying right there, if you press the button, you'll get an immediate surprise. We'll just go ahead and press this down. And immediately, you get yourself a giant T-Rex breaking its way through the doorway here, or the bottom. I guess this would be the top area of the facility here. You've got the T-Rex springing through, and actually while it springs through, you can see its mouth slightly opens and closes as well. It gives it a little bit of extra action. I suppose from a scale standpoint, we just move the vehicle out of the way and bring in, say for example, the included Triceratops. It's not the most closest of scales. This dinosaur would be probably the size of Godzilla compared to the sizing of the very small Triceratops here. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, sorry, I got caught up here. It's a really fun playset, actually. It's got a lot of playability to it, and of course the fact that it's compact and it's something that you can take on the go with you makes it all the more cooler to have in your collection. I especially like the fact that you get yourself, at the very least, one vehicle, and not a bad looking vehicle at all, and you get yourself the Triceratops. If you want to make use of some of the other dinosaurs, like I said, you could grab the action dinos, the mini dinos that we looked at in the blind bags, as they are exactly the same scale. And in fact, for the Triceratops here, it's the exact same dinosaur, just a simple case of the different paint, and one was the articulated head, as I continue to... Poor Triceratops. You monster, just let it go. Let it go already. Today we were having a look at some more Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom goodies. This was the Mattel Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Harbour Rescue playset. I guess we are rescuing the Triceratops from the very giant T-Rex. Is that what we're doing here? That's maybe why it's called Rescue. If you guys haven't had a chance to hit that little subscribe button down below, make sure you do so. We're going to have a look at some more Jurassic World goodies leading up to the release of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom to theaters. If you guys also want to hit that little subscribe button down below, that will guarantee you when new videos are coming onto this channel, you'll never miss out. More videos, guys, will be coming your way. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.